All right, hello and welcome everybody back to the stream. I'm your CYUL-CYQY. Thank you for stopping by. Hope everyone's night is going okay. We're going to be operating a flight that was suggested to me to do was they were doing Toronto, Montreal, Montreal, Sydney, but we're just going to be taking it from Montreal to Sydney. I don't think I'll have enough time for the return tonight, as I'm just going to go to bed and I got to work tomorrow again. Do a quick turn. I'm done for 5 days. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. A quick little flight. It's about 2 hours, actually. Not the quickest RJ flight in the world, but it's not too bad. Really appreciate all you guys stopping by, and also all the channel partners as well. If you guys don't know who the channel partners are, we have Winwing, PU Air Korea, Prodesk Sim, Toby Eye Tracker, and tons more. They're all in the description down below. So if you guys want to check out any discount codes, also with Contrail as well, so you can buy the scenery using the MK Studios Montreal that we're using right now. You can buy that on Contrail, and with my discount code, you can save 10% on any order. So tons of discount codes and links and all that kind of stuff down below. We'll be using the Prodesk Sim CRJ throttle kit. We'll also be using the PU Air Korea brand new PLTA, which is a lighting panel made for the Airbus, but it works with the RJ. I probably have to change some switches around because I've been testing it, but it does work. The Winwing PAP3 autopilot panel, and I'll get my camera up here shortly. Vertical Stream already kind of has it. And lastly, the PU, I might have said this, but the PU Air Korea, no I didn't, CDU version 2 with the CRJ faceplate. So quite a million things that we're going to be using today to operate this flight, Jazz 94, from Montreal to Sydney. And it's not Sydney, Australia. I'll preface that. It's Sydney in Canada. So we're not going to Australia with an RJ. I'm just going to get VATSIM up and running. Then we're going to say hi to the chat. And we are connected to vPilot. Really appreciate all you guys stopping by. We're running 2 streams today, a vertical and a horizontal stream. If you guys don't mind hitting likes in both, I really appreciate that. In the vertical stream, we have Dad Aviation. Welcome. Thank you for, I think you were the one that suggested this, right? No, it was Adam, as well as in the vertical stream. Thank you for suggesting this and watching. Sam, welcome as well. And thanks for being a member of the channel, Sam. On the horizontal stream, we got a lot of guys going. Dominic, welcome. My good buddy Dominic. How's your PC coming along? Is the GPU any closer? Beanie Baby, welcome. You're first and second. I think Dom actually got first, the top there. Yannick, welcome. JBS, look to your left. Okay. I guess that's you. We got another airplane over there, Canadian North. And it's like a standard 3. There's a lot of airplanes here. Well, thank you guys for flying. If you guys are all coming with me, really appreciate you guys all coming along with me. I'm also joining the flight. If that's, yeah, no worries. For sure, come on by. Garden State, welcome. Hope you're doing okay. How's Newark treating you, controller? SNA, welcome. Adam coming with a $7 donation. Really appreciate that, Adam. Can everyone get thumbs up for Adam for donating already to the channel? We haven't started yet, so appreciate that, my friend. And hopefully you're enjoying the tutorials as well. Skymaster, welcome. Skymaster's another friend of the channel. He's a fellow streamer. Same with Flight Sim Gaming. Flight Sim, I hope your PC is not destroyed. Is this a new build of the CRJ after SU3? No, it's the same. Whatever one you guys have is the one I'm using. It should be 2.1. And I just uninstalled the game, reinstalled the game, and reinstalled the RJ, and it just kind of works. So there might be some bugs here and there. I haven't really done too much testing in terms of full flights. I've done some landings and stuff. The flight model is a little bit more floaty than I'd like it to be from the last patch. But I think that's a Microsoft issue. That's they changed some flight model stuff. Holy Rainbow, yeah, there's one in the background over there. I'll put that, there you go. Some Lucky Charms. Aviation Ryan, welcome. King 14, hey, I'll be flying along. Looks like a couple of others will as well. Yeah, thank you all for joining in. I don't really hear anything, but I think that's because I'm outside right now. Yeah, it's just I'm outside. Don't worry about the lightning, we'll be fine. JBS says the F28 isn't showing. Yeah, I know, I don't see the Fokker 28. Got it as like a 319. I'm flying with you as well. There's a lot of guys flying. Been a minute since I've flown with y'all. Still boarding. Yeah, no worry, guys. You guys do all that boarding stuff. I didn't even get GSX working because I reinstalled the game and I kind of forgot about it. But honestly, this is my hot take, is I think GSX is like completely useless for me. I don't personally care about virtual people getting loaded. It looks kind of cool, but I usually don't wait for it. And most times in the CRJ, our pushbacks are just straight back anyways, and then we just turn. But I probably will get it back. I noticed some lag as well when I use GSX, so we'll be watching for that later. ADVR has been good. Had a huge event last week. 1190 movements in 30 hours. Wow. Well, next month I'm back on reserve, guys. The summer flying season's over, so flying kind of slows, and I'm kind of more in the lower end of the seniority. So I'm back on reserve. We'll be having a lot more content for you guys coming out as well. Pushback is helpful, though. Yeah, the pushback is helpful. But again, we just go straight back most times, even War World. We got a subscriber counter on the right, guys. I can't believe we're at 7,300 subscribers. I really appreciate you guys all subbing to the channel as well. We're going to jump in. We'll say the safety's done and the walk-around's done. We are running the Boris sound pack. Let me go and make sure you guys can hear the sounds. I'm pretty sure you can. We have absolutely nobody online for VATSIM, which is usually the case. You guys should be able to hear. I'm going to quickly, guys, show you what the hardware we'll be using for today. So on your bottom right corner of the screen in the horizontal stream, you have the Moza force feedback yoke, and I should, before doing anything else, is load my CRJ profile, which it's loaded. I'm still tweaking the settings to get the RJ to work correctly. I've gotten it better. You see how it snaps to center a lot better. So I've kind of been fixing that. In the corner, I'll show on the bottom left corner, you'll get the PU Air Korea CDU. This is one of my favorite CDUs to use. Not only is it, I don't know what the flight director's on, but not only is it a pretty decent price, but it's hot swappable. So if you fly other planes, this is the CRJ FMS. And then you can put on, with this little faceplate, you can buy any of their faceplates that they have offer and just swap the faceplate and you have it. Now what you'll notice is it's not one-to-one with the CRJ, as the CRJ is a, my views didn't save, the CRJ is a three vertical and then 2 long horizontal. So it's not exactly the same, but it does the job pretty well. You can save 10 as well using the discount code down below, PUA10 EURSIM-CFI on that stuff. They have thankfully sent this to me to review, and it's absolutely amazing. I also have the Winwing stuff. When I fly Airbus, I use the Winwing MCDU as well. However, they do make an Airbus faceplate. Now, if I can pan the camera up at the bottom left corner, if we pan it up, you're going to get the Winwing TAP 3. This is it right here. This is the Boeing, pretty much a 737 MCP autopilot panel, which I have working for the CRJ using a MobiFlight profile that I have installed and downloaded. And then just above it, I don't know if you guys can actually see, but just above it, right here, is the brand new PU Air Korea PLT. In this case, it's A, because this, oh no, B, sorry, this is the B model. This is the 737 Boeing version, and they also have a PLT A, which is the Airbus version. We'll be doing some Airbus streams coming up shortly. So all the lights, I'm going to change the way they work a little bit, because like this light does 2 and then that light does the left. I'm probably going to set it to where this one does the center light only, because that's what you usually use the AVFR, and the other one will do the outside. So I'll probably do some changing, but it kind of works for the most part. So for right now, we'll just go ahead and I can't put it to, that's strobe, that does nothing. This switch does both lights, so we're only going to do the nav light for the time being. So we'll kind of play with that as we go. And absolute lastly of hardware, I know we got a lot here, guys. Last thing for hardware is the Pro Desk Sim CRJ throttle kit. I have an entire review on this throttle, how it compares to the real life throttle that you can check out. You can save, I believe it's 5 or 10% as well with my code EURSIM-CFI on Pro Desk Sim. I have purchased these myself. I have also purchased the 737-800 pack, and ProDesk Sim was nice enough to send with that. It hasn't shipped just yet, but they'll be shipping as well an Airbus set and a 727 set for you guys for me to review and for you guys to see. So we'll be doing a lot more 727 streams and Airbus and all that kind of stuff as well. So this is the ProDesk Sim CRJ kit. We'll put you back on the FMS for the time being. And we're going to get rid of the Moza yoke cam because you don't really need that right now. So let's go ahead and do what, let me go ahead and actually get rid of on the vertical stream as well, and we'll replace the vertical stream with Navigraph. I hope you guys' nights are going well, though. I'm in a very chill mood, so I'm not going to be rushing. I worked today. I woke up at 3 a.m. and operated 3 flights, got home at noon. maybe actually 1 o'clock p.m. So 3 a.m. to 1 p.m. and I slept. So I'm kind of just in a chill mood. I got to work tomorrow, so I'm not in a rush. My rush already happened in real world today, so I'm just chilling. If you guys want to chill along, that would be awesome. We're doing Montreal to Sydney. Let me get the Navigraph charts up. Almost called it Navigraph. Navigraph charts up for you guys as well. Kind of just get this loaded. And we'll kind of do a brief after we kind of get situated there. We'll leave that for the time being. I'll just kind of minimize that and put that in the background. You guys won't see it. We'll catch up with chat here because I've been missing a couple. Actually, quite a few. Adam, thank you so much for donating as well, by the way. This is going to be the most traffic Sydney's seen in a while. Yeah, I don't think it'll be got all those planes on the ramp. Yeah, probably not. Probably some guys will have to disconnect, to be honest. GSX is so overrated, not gonna lie. Yeah, I think so as well. That's my opinion. Got my CL-65 pipe and ATP today. Hey, that is awesome, my friend. If you want to share, you can share airline or country or whatever, but congratulations. I hope you enjoy the RJ. Or the Challenger, depending on what you're flying. What time are you on? I'm on right now. What do you mean? We're on live right now. We're on VATSIM, and we're at gate Alpha 28. Simple Takeoff, another fellow streamer, a good friend of the channel. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing okay. Oh, and what was your what were your failures, if you even remember? Usually after I do the check ride, I completely like forget everything that happened. They usually they'll have to give you, usually depending on companies and how they do it, they usually give you a minor and a major failure alongside the other engine stuff. I was gonna say there are 5 planes flying and 3 gates. Yeah, honestly, guys, I'll land if I get there first. I'll land. I'll kind of just like slew myself somewhere, and then I'll just watch you guys land. Endeavor New York based. Okay, cool. We go to New York quite a bit, so we might even run into each other. If you guys use FC View, we can add each other later. Sorry, I could not fly along. Something came up last minute. Hey, no worries, my friend. Hopefully you can catch the stream as you go somewhere, and or later after as well. I might join in from somewhere closer once I finish that current flight. Yeah, no worries. You guys are all good. I really appreciate you guys all stopping in and joining. So let's get going here. We'll get started. And my keyboard's in a very weird spot now because of my Moza yoke, so anticipate some slow movements. Let me get auto FPS to... Oh, it's actually already doing it. All right. So safety check's done. We would have checked the breakers and all that stuff. Looks like it's starting to rain, so we'll count that into our takeoff performance here shortly. Everything on the overhead panel is pretty much the way we like it. This is in a turnaround state, and that all looks pretty decent. What some guys like to do, it's not technically SOP, but what some guys like to do is throw every single hydraulic pump on. Go to the hydraulic page, and you're just going to be looking, if it's the first time you're taking this airplane up from a different crew, let's say, even first flight of the day, you're going to check, maybe want to see if the quantities are leaking or everything's looking good. So everything's looking good over there. We'll go back to auto, off, auto. Yeah, it's going to say you're depressurizing. We know. Thank you very much. But yeah, everything's in a pretty good state. Those should be off because the APU's off, and that's all great. Put that to about there. They won't do anything because the pack stuff anyways, but just for later. That all looks pretty good. So on the bottom side of things, lower pedestal is all set the way we kind of like it. We don't really do too much with a turnaround. Reversers are already armed. Transponder should be set to standby. We're going to reset our IRS switches here back to nav. We always do that before every flight. And then I'm going to make this a view so we can come back to this later. And I'll make this FMS cam a little bit bigger for you guys. You can see. And I'll be using the bottom left with my hand here, but you guys can follow along on screen as well. Let me go ahead and bring up the flight plan so I can refer to that. I'll do it in my bigger format. Sweet. So let's start programming here, guys. There's something going on with the PR career where some stuff gets deleted, like that insert IRS position or initialized, but whatever. First I'm going to check is the FMS control is the magnetic and synced position. Next page, grab the coordinates, previous page, throw them in there. I'm in deja vu from work right now. GNSS enabled. IRS is enabled. You don't really have to do this on a through flight, but why not? We'll just check that stuff. That's all good. We'll go to now. What I would do real world is get the ATIS, fill in my ACARS init data, get some takeoff numbers and stuff. But we don't have an ATIS, so I'll kind of just read the weather out to you guys, or I'll put it on screen actually for you guys to watch with me here. Let's go Montreal weather. So currently it's 15 miles, few cloud. And it's basically VFR except for the rain behind us. We can't grab ATIS's, unfortunately. And they're calling for some light rain. And that's honestly won't be anything severe. We'll check the radar out in a second. Put this over here. Is there actually a way to bring up, I would imagine there's a way to bring up weather radar on this, right? Right on Navigraph? You guys probably know better than I do. I swear there was a way to do that. But I know it's like right in front of me probably too. Anyways, we'll check it later. We'll say we have the ATIS. Actually, you know what? I read it and didn't even take in the information. That's how tired I am right now. We'll go Montreal. Just really quickly to check the wind. 1.5. They're probably using the 6s. So we'll depart 6 left in that case. Is what we're going to choose. And I'll just check flight radar to make sure that's kind of what they're doing. I'm sure it's not a heavy wind. So even if we depart 2 forward, it's honestly not the big deal. We're going to get across regardless of where we go. They are doing the 2-4, so we'll do 2-4 right for departure then, right into the storm. 2-4 right will be departure runway. We'll catch up with the chat, because you guys are talking. Is the tower at Sydney not staffed? I see they have a physical tower MF frequency on the charts. Yeah, it's most likely, I haven't checked, but it's most likely a Class E. Class E airports in Canada are a little different than in the States. Class E, we have to report 5 minutes prior to entering the zone, and then they will basically advise you of traffic and advise you of things, but they don't clear you to land or clear you how to do things. They're more there to just kind of advise you, really, and get you clearances once you want to. They'll talk to center for you to get you clearance out of there to take off again. Sorry, I could not fly along. Oh, I read that one. We got hydraulic 1 low press. I think I had 1 too. Followed by EDP 1A caution, left engine fire, flap retraction altitude off MEM. Yeah, that's pretty standard stuff. And your endeavor, so it'd be the yeah, it'd be the 7s and 9s. So at least you don't have to do the 200s. Hey man, I watched your review from a while ago or a while back. It helped me with the CRJ quite a bit. Hey, I appreciate that. I hope it really helped. Are you on live weather? Yeah, I should be. We should be live weather. I could check for you guys. We're not on live time, but we're on live weather. Yeah, we're definitely on live weather. Hello, I'm new to the channel, but I am an IRL airline certified ATP pilot. Just subscribed. Hey, well, I appreciate that, and thank you for stopping by. What do you fly? When are you departing? 248. You're doing 2 for left? Cool. And advisory, Charlottetown radio for advisory vicinity. Yeah. We'll figure that stuff out when you get there. It's not too complicated. Not too bad. Appreciate all you guys stopping by the way. Let's keep going. Let's go back to the status page on that. So we're going to press flight plan. Let me get my OFP back out here. And we're flying from CYUL to CYQY. The alternate today is CYHZ, which is Halifax. The flight number 94. Sorry that the camera shakes. Unfortunately, the way I have the mounted, I might change that later on, but unfortunately the way I have the camera mounted when I use the FMS, it kind of shakes sometimes. If you guys haven't seen my procedure review as well on how to use the FMS and the RJ, we fill in this kind of data first. We're charting where we're going, alternate flight number, and then we're going to put in waypoints and then SIDS and stars. Those are last. So we're going to this is the way the waypoint's named. I'm not making this up. Our first waypoint is suck it, or sucks at. You pronounce that any way you like. Navan. Make sure I spelled that right. I did. We're going direct to Isram. And then we're going Reykjavik. Then on the Q951 radial, or not radial, airway. Airways always go on the left. To the waypoint is Akuru. IKURO. And then we're on the Q, this is a long flight plan. Then we're on Q858. And that ends and takes us to Sasug. That's it. We'll press execute. And then we're going to do our departure and arrival. So the good thing in Montreal, you have Montreal 5. That's your choice. That's what you get. We're going 2-4 right for the extended length. Departure, arrival, execute that. Arrival. We're not going to put any approach in. We're not going to put any star in. What we are going to do is, at the very end, is we're going to put in direct to the airport, because that's what the flight plan says. So CYQY at the... Oh, what do I have typed there? Cancel mod. That's weird. It doesn't show up at the end. That should show up in the end. That's weird. Yeah, that's actually a bug. I literally just found a bug. Let me try to do it on the legs page. Oh, it's on the legs page. There's 2 of them. It's just on the flight plan page. That's very weird. What we're also going to do, this is the very rare case where we actually use the fix page. We're going to put CYQY. Because we don't have an arrival or an approach, I'm going to put some sort of descent information. It doesn't even have it in its database. So that's... Oh, okay. It just didn't work on this, but it worked in the sim. We'll put 100 and put 100 miles away, and by that point we should have everything loaded. But if we don't, we'll be descending roughly around that point. So just a rough estimate of a descent point. We'll go to perf. Let's go ahead and go to the iPad, which I also need a view for. There we go. Flight plan, import, not going to send, I already did it. Set payload and fuel, spam that a couple times, spam enter a couple times, spam that a couple times. And we're going to do flap 8, wet runway. We'll set the speeds. It didn't even change, I don't think, did it? It didn't even change. It's whatever. And we'll go aircraft. That's all been taken care of. Maintenance charts, whatever, doesn't matter. That's all good to go. Press save. Sure, why not? Cool. So we'll go back to our FMS, and we're going to be cruising at flight level 370. The fuel on board is 10695. I've talked about this many times, but we never actually input the exact number because it doesn't count for APU burn in the FMS. So we'd actually shorten this. I'd probably put in real world, I'd put 10640. And by the time the APU's been running a bit, it'd be around that fuel, and we keep updating it. But in the sim, you just put what it says. That's another bug. Or not a bug, but a feature that's not correct. I guess you can say. Then our alternate is going to be, to go to our alternate, is going to be cruise flight level 240. We'll execute that. Our 0 fuel weight on the flight plan said 65.7. On the real life, or real what's happening, 65.190. How far off is that? Not bad. Okay, so 65.190. That brings us to a takeoff, or a full gross takeoff. Sorry, that brings to a gross weight of 75,900, basically, if I'm just rounding up. Taxi's about 75. It's only about 400 pounds for taxi, so we are well within the limits to take off. We'll press execute on that. Next page. Zoom out a little bit for you. Our ISA deviation is 8. It's warmer than usual. And then we got a lot of tailwinds. Plus 50, plus 63, plus 68. Plus 50, plus 63, plus 38. Tailwinds the whole way. I like it. Next page, our reserve. Reserve 1675. That gives us a burn time of 30 minutes to, I think that's wrong. Let's see what it says. I think the flight plan is built incorrectly. Yeah, it is built incorrectly. I went to the alternate. It takes 35 minutes to get to Halifax. So why is my reserve fuel 30? It should be 35, at the very least, to get me to Halifax. But anyways, plus an approach and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, Contingency on about 900 pounds, only 15 minutes. Yeah, that's not too bad of extra fuel. And our MIM ramp is 10968. We're going to be burning in our APU fuel a bit. It's fine. Min brake release is 10.2. So basically, this is our min brake release, or BR. And before takeoff, if we're at or below this number, we're going to start thinking, first of all, can we take off? The answer is yes. If you can use the contingency fuel allotted, we can say that we're using contingency and we can go under this number, but it depends what this contingency has actually been flight planned for. So at the top in real life, it doesn't say it here, but under remarks, it would say contingency fuel for weather delays Montreal or weather taxi Montreal or whatever. They'll say what it's for. If they just say any delays or anything, then you can use the contingency and we can take off under this number. That gets more real world stuff. Anyways, that's all good to go. Estimated time of departure. I brought the time back. So it's 21:16 in the simulates. We'll call it 21:30. And then taxi fuel 400, not 4,000. But then there, press execute. This is all wrong. Don't worry about that information. It's wrong in the sim, not in real world it works. But we're gonna have a flex most likely. We'll go over here. Oh, I just clicked some stuff. You go back to 0. Those in real life, those don't make a noise. They're smooth. They're smooth knobs. Takeoff and landing. Montreal flap 8, 24 left, what it's planning for. We're doing 24 right. And it's 42 on the flex. Throw that in there. Bring you guys back. Let me catch up with chat a little bit because I'm quite behind. Good evening for the Netherlands. Hey, Borna. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing good. I think you're using historic weather. You might want to change it. Let me check. Custom live. I don't know. It should be live weather. Either way, whatever. We're good to go. Does anybody know what runway is in use in Sydney? We'll figure that out later. Don't put your approach until about 30 to 40 minutes prior to descent. There's no point. Or 30 to 40 minutes prior to the airport. The weather can change, so we'll figure that out stuff later. You got an hour and a half to figure it out. Thank goodness no CRJ. I've heard only bad things. Yeah, I had to do all my training in the 200, and then we switched to 900. It was the fun time. I thought you can't do flex in its training. You can. You sure can. It's up to your discretion. But if the numbers work for it, you can. If you send it a takeoff ACARS message with flex, and it comes back as rated, and it just auto says you're doing a rated, then you just use rated. But if the flex gives you numbers, then it works. Wet runway, it's first of all not that wet, and secondly it's not considered, at least in my company, a contamination like snow or slush, so you can definitely do it. VNAP perk, I'm using this. I should use my FMS at the bottom here. That looks it's wrong. Let's change this. This is actually wrong. That for my company, what we use, we do 287.7, so I don't want to ever change this ever again. I'm gonna do it once here, but I never want to change it again, so I'm gonna go index, defaults, reserve should be 1500 default. Might as well do all this. Tax should be 400. Next page, there it is, 280/0.77. Cruise whatever, descent's pretty decent. 4 degrees. Yeah. Yes. 5,000. And I think it's 2 from memory. That should be good. Flight plan. Perf. That's all entered. We'll go back to VNAV. Next page, our cruise speed today. Cruise is gonna be 244.76. 244/0.76. Not bad. Next page, we're gonna do a 4 degree descent. I didn't like it, eh? What'd I do? Oh, that makes sense. 240. Let's go back. /0.76. 4 degree descents all day, every day. We'll go radio page. We're auto tuning our VORs, so it'll keep the IRSs all aligned, but the GPS already does that as well. We'll squawk 2000 because there's no one here, and we are JZA094. Awesome. Flight plan, copy active. The last thing to do is set up our screens. We're going to be pilot flying from the right hand side. I don't want to see airports along my route. We'll press VNAV for the right. I do like to see the missed approach personally, and high nav aids as well. Then we'll go left side on for the pilot monitoring. Airports off, and we'll just leave that for alone. And that's all good. The FMS has all been entered in. We have pressed copy active on the right FMS. We'll press copy active on the left FMS, and that saves a secondary flight plan. There's a secondary. It actually in real life should go blue. Maybe it did. Let me expand. Nope, it should go blue. Anyways, you have a secondary flight plan in case you want to change some stuff. We're all good there. All right, let's go ahead and go to the overhead panel. We're not fueling anymore at all, so we're going to press the APU power fuel. Can't start the APU while we're fueling due to fire hazards. The bit test is complete. LCV open, LCV open. LCV shouldn't open, I believe, until after the APU started from memory. My memory wrong. Anyways, and doors open. The gauges have appeared. We'll press the start button. While that's starting up, we're going to tune in radio of 199, which is the CTAF at Montreal. There we go. That didn't work. 1199. There we go. Always make sure it actually does it. The APU is pretty smart actually in the CRJ. On the ground, if it detects a failure, it'll auto shut down. If it detects a fire, it'll auto shut down and auto extinguish, or try to auto extinguish its fire as well. You don't have to click the APU fire bottle. You can if you want, but it should do it by itself. APU is on. This actually technically should have been off. A 5x5. So let me press the electric page. You can see that that should be yellow. There's a lot of bugs I'm finding right now. The APU power is blue, which means that the power received from the APU is good. There's no power being drawn from it. We'll go ahead and throw the APU gen to auto. The GPU has been disconnected from the system software-wise. The APU has taken over the load. We're going to go ahead and check the DC system. Everything's looking good. Everything's green. And we can go ahead and deselect the ground power switch. And we can go ahead and tell the ground crew to get rid of it. Get rid of the ground power. Press ECS, Environmental Control System, synoptic page there. And we'll press our packs on. The restrict fans are on as well. And those will be automatic packs. You don't have to turn these off for startup. I see people do that. You don't have to do it. It'll do it for you in the 900. Aircraft, disconnect GPU, close all the doors. And why not? We'll move the chocks as well. APU is online. We're going to go ahead and go hydraulics auto on. So auto on, auto. Seatbelts get turned on. We're also going to go ahead and set our landing elevation in Sydney. So the way to do that, we'll go down to the FMS real quick. We'll press index, database, CYQY, elevation of 200 feet right there at the bottom right. So we're going to put 200 in this number right here, and that's the one with the overhead panel. I'll go ahead and make a view for the overhead panel really quickly. Could do better than that. Good enough. That's this knob right here. So I'm just going to click it. Let's do left shift 1, 2, 3. How much does that give us?
Traffic.
240. We'll just do 2 clicks down.
Start stop at gate 32. Let me straight push.
There we go. 200 feet is set. That's all good. Let's get our
1030 is push and start gate 73 Mantra.
Let's get our trim all set up here. We got a 6.3 for the takeoff trim.
Arctic 2875 pushback from gate 11.
Is DLSS? Did DLSS get turned on or something? Like it's being very DLSS-y. It did get turned on. How did I know? Go away. We don't want DLSS.
Okay, the 1621.
Now it's gonna lag. Watch.
Push and start from gate 21.
All right. Yeah. No DLSS. I hate DLSS. Garbage. We'll do that. Cool. All right. That's been all set up. 6.3. We're basically ready to push, guys. We're just going to set up our autopilot panel. It's up to 5,000 feet. Doing this with my Winwing autopilot panel right now is why you can't see it. Our heading on takeoff is 237. I got our V-speeds all plugged in. Our level off is 1020. No, it's let's press B for the altimeter. 1120. Maybe 1100. I forgot. It's from you use TLR, but anyways, we'll do 1120. And there we go. That's all been set. Don't know why this is in hectopascals. We'll go ahead and change that on my iPad here. Options. I never want to see that ever again. This one, save. I'll give you guys a bit of a brief. So let's go ahead and do our flight directors to the right hand side. We'll set our clock up in GPS mode. There we go, and we'll blank it out. Okay, 37's on the heading, 5,000 feet. Our acceleration is 1120. Everything is set down here, and we're good to go. I'm not going to set up our HCP just because it doesn't really work in the sim all that much, and I'm not even using the HUD. But you'd set up the HUD control panel, and this sets up the visuals for the HUD, basically. But we're not going to do that today. And then I'll give you guys a brief quickly on our departure. It's going to be...
Let me see if your stream is blocked.
Oh, let me fix that. That's strange. Oh, I see what happened. This always happens. Alright, let's get rid of that. Basically what happens is PU Air Korea, that when I extend my, when I take out my FMS to put it to the PU Air Korea, it like thinks it's a main screen, and then the OBS like uses it as a main screen. Hopefully I can get... Oh, I think I got it fixed for you guys. There we go. Perfect. We'll put that back there. We'll put this back on with PU Korea. And OBS stays. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Oh.
We'll go back here and go performance. Performance.
There we go.
Come on, performance. Thank you. Takeoff and landing. Runway 24 left, flap 8, flex rolling bleeds open. The anti-ice is not required, and minimum visibility is it's still basically VFR. Continuous ignition won't be required unless the rain intensifies, but it should be more than fine as well. We're doing the Montreal 5 departure, which I think I know by memory at this point, but it's runway heading of 237 or assigned by ATC up to 5,000 feet for the jets. And noise is no turns below 3,000 feet in Montreal. The engine out upon reaching 1120, it's straight ahead. Put that away. You guys have all been briefed. We're going to go ahead and get ready for our pushback. Getting some massive stutters now. Let's get auto FPS to maybe start auto FPSing a bit better. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and press, let's do the next section, which let's check our doors are all closed. And we'll throw our fuel pumps to on, our beacon light to on, our transponder to number 2, and the parking brake can get set to off. We're ready to push back here, guys. We'll press left shift P. Montreal traffic, Jazz 94 is pushing 28. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. On the push here, we're going to start up number 2. Start and hold, press and hold. Start our timer. Maximum of 90 seconds the CRJ starter can be turned on for the 900. And at 200 or 20%, we're going to add fuel with the ITT below 120, which it is. We're going to stop our pushback about there. Set our parking brake.
So if I am at your 8 o'clock.
Roger, thanks. I'm going to go back to the chat while we're starting up here. Yeah, you have to use custom preset or it'll be historic weather. At the moment, pretty strong winds for 24 in Sydney. You got to set the time back to what you want using the custom tab with live weather. Let me bring this up. I mean, it looks the same to me. I think it does the same job, but we can do it this way too. Unless it's changing it there. I think I just saw what you're talking about. Or is that just shadow? I think that might just be shadows and stuff. Anyways, I don't know. Whatever. Close enough. I'll get live weather tomorrow when I go to work. The live weather tab, basically a 24-hour history. Use live weather with a different time. Thanks for that though, guys. EXPO, hey, EXPO Pilot, EXPO, welcome, welcome, welcome. Another fellow streamer of the, our friend of the chat, guys. Thank you for stopping by. That shouldn't be on. Left click and hold for left engine starter. Gonna reset our timer. Give you guys an outside view here. Once I add fuel. Actually, maybe I can be fast enough to get to the back here. I think I was fast enough.
Montreal traffic, Canadian Regional 612, lining up, 24 left, Montreal traffic.
Anyways, we'll set that for review for next time. We'll go ahead and say start our cutout, stop our timer there, back to ET. We'll check our electrics. Everything is transferred to the engines nicely. Back to the electric page there, back to the stat page there. APU can get turned off, both switches. Aft cargo on, 3-stage, probes on. We'll go ahead and check our rudder. Let me lock my office chair wheels here. We're all locked in and ready to go. I'll go full left. Full right. Good, the steering can get turned on and we are ready. Oh, come on. To go. Let's get Toby eye tracker on as well. We'll kind of set this up very quickly.
Montreal traffic, Jazz 49, taxi runway 24 right via the north ramp, Echo, and Bravo, Montreal.
And Jazz 94 will be following the traffic, Echo, north ramp, Echo, Bravo 24 right. Alright, we'll go ahead and throw the parking brake to the off position. The airplane should start to move on its own thrust. As you can see there. By the way, how I'm looking left and right and all this kind of stuff is with Toby eye tracker. Go ahead and throw our taxi light on, which I can do with the Winwing PLT, or not Winwing, sorry, the PU Air Korea PLT. I'm going to follow this Canadian North. Right behind.
Montreal traffic, Canadian Regional 612, taking off, 24 left, Montreal traffic.
Appreciate all you guys flying with me as well. The Boris sound pack is so nice.
Montreal
It is pretty
traffic,
cool.
Arctic 2875 is already going ahead to taxiing Bravo 4, Bravo 24 right, Montreal traffic.
Hey, Charlotte Flex, welcome. SNA as well. As an RJ driver, are you excited for the Flight FX Challenger 350 coming soon? Yeah, it looks kind of cool. I did get the Flight FX did send me their other citation they just released. So that'd be the citation, sorry. So it looks like they do a lot of cool stuff, and we will be definitely checking out their Challenger if they release that. I don't know where that guy is. Oh, he's going too far left. No, actually, I don't know where he's going. Yeah, I'm going right turn here via Echo. Sorry, I re-brought up Navigраф and it lags out the entire computer. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay, so we're right here. We're on Echo. Throw it on so you guys can see. And we're going to go up Echo and real life. Oh, it's the chart has it. I don't know if the sim has it just yet, but real life they made a brand new taxiway right here called Mike. We're not going to taxi on that one. We're going to do the last right turn.
Montreal traffic, American 1030, taxiing runway 24 left by Bravo 4, Bravo.
Turn this off. Just it does lag my sim out sometimes. We'll throw it to the side. Once we get on the straightaway and that right turn to Bravo, I'm going to go ahead and set up our before takeoff stuff. Appreciate all you guys watching both on the vertical and the horizontal stream
Montreal
as well.
traffic, Canadian Regional 612 is off at 24 left, Montreal 4 left call.
You guys see the right turn on Bravo, we're clear left. So this is, they do have it. There's Mike. And then the right turn Bravo.
And to the Canadian North on Bravo, it's the last CRJ there. We'll let you go ahead of us.
Roger, I'll let you go first.
Oh, okay, we'll go first then.
Got a big lineup of RJs, always a cool, fun time. I appreciate all you guys flying with me as well. Some lightning out to the left. What we're gonna do, guys, to mitigate as much weather as possible is we're gonna climb right out at VT until we're above the weather for the most part. Accelerate to 250 if we get if we're not getting too much out of it. But at VT at 202 knots, we're gonna get a very nice steep climb rate. We're gonna get out of the weather as fast as possible. And it looks like being straight ahead is gonna be better than turning left or right on departure. So we'll say straight ahead for a little bit. And then vector on the weather. What we also do in real life is set the weather radar to about a 5-degree nose up tilt. I don't know if it works, but we'll try it once we get to the runway there. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I've been idle thrust like this entire taxi, and this is very realistic. The CRJ does not need basically any power to get going. It actually is quicker usually in real life. Depending on weight, we'd actually be, I'll put a little bit of power here, but we usually be around the 19s. Sometimes some guys taxi with reverse that, which
I
we
ain't
can
gonna
do
lie,
in the RJ.
guys, I don't think we're all gonna fit into Sydney.
Yeah, it's okay. We could despawn later. All right, let's get our flaps all set. We'll get our...
You could despawn and connect in as an observer mode, and you won't be visible to other aircraft, but you can see us.
Okay, that works.
That's all set and checked. I'll give you guys the yoke camera. You guys can see that. So on your bottom left for the horizontal viewers, we have the ProDef Sim CRJ throttle kit that clips onto the honeycomb. And then on the right side, you'll have the Moza force feedback AY210 yoke. Once again, guys, all in the description, all the discount codes are down there for you guys to use. You get save some money on whatever you want to use and whatever you want to buy. Our min brake release was 10. Oh, I moved the camera. Was 10,200. We're at 10,4, so we'll be more than okay. Montreal traffic, Jazz 94, lining up runway 24 right. Alright, let's go ahead and get this all kind of stuff ready. We'll go and throw our strobes on. Might as well throw everything else on. It's going to be IFR here shortly. We'll say we're clear takeoff as well, so we'll throw that on. Flight attendants will say I've called up and they're all cleared and ready to go. Start applying some brakes. We're going to go ahead and box our status messages there. Both FM messages should be set to legs page. We'll get below 12 knots here, and we're going to take this left-hand turn. Weather radar can get turned on. And I'll set the tilt in a second. Okay. I'm not going to use that because that almost crashed my game. We're going to turn that off. We're just not going to touch it. But we would set our tilt up to +5. Usually works quite well. Montreal traffic, Jazz 94, rolling 24 right. It's going to be a westbound departure. We're going to stay on runway heading for a bit to alleviate from the weather. I should say deviate from the weather. Anyways, we'll press the toggle button.
Roger, Dodger.
Everything is all good to go. We got
Second,
takeoff.
21,
24 right was verified. We'll go up
right.
and spool these engines to 70 to 75 N1. And flexing. Now rear roll, both hands go here as an FO. Captain hand will go here so he can reject, or she can reject, but in this case I got to do everything, so. A little bit of wind off from the left hand side. This is B1, rotate. A little heavy today, that's all good. Up to the flight director, gear up. Speed mode. Show you the autopilot panel. Nav mode. FMS2 is captured. We're at 600 feet. Go ahead and go engage autopilot. That's not engaged. It's not engaging. Alright, try that. Oh, I know why. Let's do it like that. There we go. Now it's engaged. That's the bug. And we will accelerate to our VT speed. Passing the level off height. We passed our 1120 acceleration height. Waiting for a positive trend. We're V2 plus 12. We'll go flap 1. Flap 1's been set up there, but VT minus 15, flap 0. And 0 is set at indicating. We're at our V speed. We'll go ahead and set climb thrust. And we're going to go ahead and grab our autocross full back off. We'll grab our reverses off. Just take a very quick look-see here at the status page. Everything looks good there. I'm going to set myself up to basically cruise altitude because there's no one else here. So we're going up to 370. And the weather doesn't look all that bad. I'm going to accelerate 250.
Second, 1621 is taking off runway 24 right.
Sorry guys, I'm trying to get all this hardware in one shot.
Has 49
kind of hard to
lining up
play
behind the departing RJ.
with my settings. Alright, left looks kind of bad. We're going to hold this for a bit and we'll kind of turn left around that cell. Montreal traffic, Jazz 94. We're 7 miles to the west. 5,000, climbing flight level 370. We're going to turn around the cell. We're heading westbound, or correction, southbound, last call. That stuff looks okay. That stuff not so much. Go ahead and throw these off as well. Should have got those off. Let's see. It's cloudy. The temperature's 20 degrees. No anti-ice is required. I'll get to the comments in just a second here, guys. We're going to start turning this guy to the left. Direct SubX should be pretty good for us. Go ahead and press execute on that. We're FMS2 captured. I'm going to throw this in turb mode, turbulence mode. I don't know if it's modeled. The green light should have appeared. They didn't. And we're going to set our heading. Oh, geez, that was quick. I think turb mode might have been modeled because it's not really doing anything. This airplane should be turning a lot steeper to intercept that. So... yeah, it should be turning on the course there. We're going to do this manually. And we're just going to reset it. Subex or Success, whatever it's called.
Montreal traffic, Jazz 49 is departing runway 24 right, straight out departure.
That's 10,000
Montreal.
feet. We're going to go ahead and accelerate. Don't know why it's giving me such a massive
2875
lead to that waypoint.
Going to be lining up with weights behind the departing RJ, Montreal traffic.
We're going to do a 320 knot climb here, guys, just so we get ahead of everybody. So we're going to nose down a little bit. Yeah, this is completely wrong. The airplane should not be having a 7-mile intercept, whatever it started at. Go ahead and nose down a little bit more to keep accelerating here. Looking good. Weather outside is frightful. No, it's fine. We're A-okay. We just turned around that cell that was on our left-hand side. On departure there. And that happens real world all the time. You'll obviously have to get ATC clearance to do so. But ATC usually is very good about getting you not put into a cell. Let's focus here and get on our heading. We'll try one more time as we approach. That's a bit better. We're gonna press autopilot engage. There we go. You can see the yoke moving with the autopilot there. We're set to climb 320. I've noticed in the sim, in the brand new update, the LNAV is not as good as it used to be, and that's one of the cases there where it's just not that great anymore.
RTX 2875 is departing 24 right, Montreal traffic.
Alright, we're gonna go over to Unicame. In the CRJ, when do I direct to within at a SID? It jumps to the first waypoint after the SID, normal or bug. I don't really understand your question there. In CRJ, when do I direct the to within a SID? So you only go direct to a waypoint on a departure. In this case, in Montreal, because it's controlled, is when they tell you direct such and such waypoint. The rest of your question, let's see, first waypoint of the SID, it jumps to the first waypoint. What I recommend doing, this is how we do it rural, is grab the waypoint you want to go direct to, and then input it in the second line, is what we do real life, and that'll be direct. If that doesn't work, you can try the direct intercept page. As you saw there, I already had a bug, so you'll have to do some fandangling. It's not as good as the real one, but yeah, let's do 10,000. Our lights are out. Our pressurization is checked and pressurizing. Belts, let's keep them on for a little bit longer. And we'll set up the emergency frequency here, in case we can listen in to people that are in distress, and we can relay that information. And we're also going to throw off those two lights right there. All right, that should be pretty smooth. We'll go belts auto. There we go. Coming up on transition, we're going all the way, so we'll just press standard 2992, 2992, 2992. And what we got to watch out for here, guys, is the CRJ will automatically transfer you at 31,600 feet. It'll automatically transfer you from IS climb 320 into a climb Mach number. However, if you hit the Mach number at a lower altitude, in this case we will, because we're not climbing at 280 or 270, we're climbing at 320, we're going to hit Mach 77 or climb Mach a lot sooner at a lower altitude. It won't automatically switch, and this can lead to overspeeding. So around 27-ish thousand feet is usually where it happens, where 320 equals 77. Notice this number is increasing. As it gets colder, it gets you get closer to the speed of sound with a slower speed, and we're going to click that little speed button right there in the middle, and that'll change us over to Mach. In the meantime, I don't want to do that. In the meantime, bring you guys back here. How been? It's been Anthony. Hey, welcome. Since I've been able to watch it, yeah. Well, thank you for watching. I appreciate you stopping by, and hope you've been okay as well. I also have some issues with the nav intercept when going direct. Yeah, it's pretty bad in the latest update, to be honest with you guys. It's not a you problem, most likely. Oh, that was the wrong button. It's most likely the actual sim, and that's because of the brand new update to 2024. In 2020, it should still work pretty decently. But in 24, it's all screwed up. Or as Elvis said, it's all shook up. Alright guys, let's start checking the NOTAMs. I have it on my iPad here. I'm not going to start checking. Last time I heard, this was a while ago, but Sydney had its longer runway out of service. They're reporting no NOTAMs, so that's good. I think it's all working. And we were landing, RJs were landing at 50 on the 6,000 foot strip, which gets pretty tight with an RJ. It's not to the limit, but it's not that far away. Anything under like 7,000 starts to get a little interesting. 7's still doable. Like LaGuardia's are all 7, it's still doable, but anything under this like 65, it gets interesting. I really appreciate all you guys watching. We got 42 of you guys in the stream right now. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hope you're all enjoying the stream. Thanks for subscribing as well. We got the subscriber count and going. I got promoted to manager of crew scheduling for my airline, so that's going to be a big transition. Hey, well, usually I know some guys think crew scheduling are the enemies of crew, but honestly, at least at my company, I've had nothing but really good, pretty much experiences. So I hope all the best, and I hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy the extra responsibility. Hopefully, it's extra money too. Sure, it is. Dropped a couple screenshots in the Discord of what I'm actually flying. Hint, it's not what the V pilot wanted you to think it was. Let me go check it out real quick here. Oh, that's a cool looking airplane. Yeah, I know some buddies that used to actually fly that railroad. They're RJ guys now, and they're ex Walker guys. They love that airplane. They said it was an amazing airplane to hand fly. If you guys don't have the Discord, by the way, go ahead and join. Just the link down below in the description. You just press the Discord link. It'll bring you right there. And usually what I do, guys, is have aviation trivia, just because we're going to pass the time doing something. So we'll start doing some trivia. If you guys want to do random trivia, I can look up online, or we can do RJ specific trivia, or stuff I could just pull out of my brain from flying in general. You guys let me know, but I usually do some trivia questions just for some funsies. I was the 117 guy for a while, so familiar with most of our pilots. I do like scheduling. Nice. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people don't know. There's a whole. We're about to get caught. There's 320. There's 77. Let's go ahead and click the button. Boom. Climb 77. Airplane's a little rougher in the sim than it really should be for that, but anyways. After your regionals were merged. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think it was Canadian North or something like that that operated them. Or is it Air Nova? Maybe Air Nova. PD Baby on the vertical stream. No, I don't do fantasy football. I do not. Yeah, if you guys fly GA airplanes a lot and you guys like doing those kind of traffic patterns and all that kind of stuff, or if you want to use it for taxi or even DCS, go check out Tobii Eye Tracker. It's in the description there. They have a pretty cool little piece of kit where it allows you to just hook it up on your monitor and you can either track your eyes or track your head movement. So when I'm flying a circuit, I can look left, maintain visual on that circuit or on that runway, keep flying the airplane, look back at my stuff, look back to the left, and you can just do it with your head motion, and you can just turn it on, turn it off with a click of a button, and it works quite well. It's a pretty cool little piece of thing there. Okay, North Canadian Regional Time Air. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, it's a cool looking airplane for sure. I hear turbulence noises, but I don't actually see any effect from it. This is climbing as the real RJ would climb. It just, you know, up, down, up, down. It kind of just changed its vertical speed as it goes because it's prioritizing Mach 7.7. So that's working as intended there. Oh, that didn't get changed over. 9.2. Clean my glasses again. Get all dirty. Kind of miss chase plane. That's not right. What the heck? It's made a weird... Yeah, it doesn't like me putting direct to the airport at the end of this. We're going to clear direct to the airport. We'll try one more time. That's still not right. At least I don't think so. There's no way it's that far. Let me check. Yeah, it should be 600 miles. It should not be 3,000 nautical miles. I don't know, man. This RJ in the sim, it has its moments, and then something up gets updated or downdated, I guess, and it all gets screwed up. Can't even... What am I even deleting? There's just nothing there. Yeah, that's 100% a bug. I might clip this video and send this to Hans. That shouldn't be happening. So there's 31,600 feet. That's where it normally will automatically switch you to 7.7. Notice it is 280 knots, which that's why usually we climb 287.7. But sometimes we do those faster climbs. where we do 320. Put the RNAV 24, but departure just because, or before departure just because I don't trust the UNS. Nah, that'll be fine. It'll be fine. Start looking at what they got here. VF parts, yeah, so we're even using 2.4. And approach, man, Navigraph just lags. Holy. 1.8. Let's see. Wonder why it's 6 and then other approaches. So why don't they have a? Interesting. Let's see what this looks like. I always start with the Zulus. We'll probably do the RNAV Zulu. Yeah, GNSS. We don't have LPB, so we're not going to be doing the LPB minimum. We're flying east. So we're flying basically like this, guys. So we're going to take OBVUP and bring it on in. This is how we're going to set that approach up. If you guys don't know how to do an RNAV approach, I have an entire tutorial on it, on how to do an RNAV, LNAV only approach with the CRJ. You're also going to see me do it now for another hour. But if you don't know how to do it, it's there's no glide path. You might have the advisory VNAV snowflake, but it's advisory and it won't follow it. And you can't use this, and you can't use these minimums. You can't go down to 250 above ground on LPB because we don't have it. You can't use LNAV VNAV because we don't have it. You have to use LNAV, which is 680 plus an additional 50 feet, which most operators do to account that it's a non-precision approach. So we'll give you the full IFR brief once we kind of set it on up. We still got a bit of time. There's no rush to get going on this kind of stuff. Huge amount of wind from behind us there. We're going 520 across the ground. My record is 603 in the RJ. And we had 120 on the tail. I'm sure people have gotten quicker though. Let me take the time, guys, to show you the PLT B and the A. I'll put my camera on here. This I'll show you. I'll take it off the stand. Hopefully the cord reaches. Actually, I bring the whole thing. This is the PLTB from PU Air Korea. They just sent this to me the other day. Very nice construction, very good build quality. The switches are nice quality. I kind of wish the plastic bits here were a bit more seated on, but they kind of rotate a little bit and they kind of come off. I think they do that so you can customize to a different airplane if you wanted to. But this does have native support for the CRJ in both 24 and 2020. Obviously the 737 as well, where you can control your lights and do all that kind of stuff, and you have the gang bar and all that. And they also have sent me the Airbus version. That's the PLT-B for Boeing. And in this box, they have the PLT-A, which is the Airbus one. I'll take this one out. I think aesthetically this one's a bit more... Oh, I almost dropped it. I caught it. Don't worry. This is a bit more my favorite one. Just because it actually matches the real panel, whereas the 7.3 doesn't match the real panel. They kind of kept it this kind of square, but everything is very nice, solid clicks in the sim or on the panel. And everything you can do in the real Airbus panel on the real life and in the sim, it does it here for the lighting system at least. And I actually have a video, my buddy got me some footage on the 320. He got me some footage of a 320 light panel, him using it. So I use that. It's one of my shorts, so you can go see it's identical. And then over here, guys, I'll bring the camera in closer. Let me take my iPad out of the way. Over here, guys, is the Winwing PAP 3 autopilot panel. And this is obviously designed after a 737. But it's very, very cool. Awesome build quality. They have sent me the version, sort of the shake cam, with the magnetic switch as well. So that's auto throttle switch will stay up. It's an additional charge, but 100% worth it if you're into the 7.3s. And I'll go lights off so you can see the lights there, both on the PU Air Korea, PLTB, and then the Winwing autopilot panel, as well as the PU Air Korea down here has its own lights as well. If I go ahead and increase the brightness, you can see the FMS has lights as well. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. It really elevates the simulator. My opinion, at least. Doing it transitional op-up. Yep, that's what we're planning. Anything longer than 2 hours in any RJ is cruel and unusual punishment. Yeah, that's not too bad. I've done 3+ hour flights in the RJ. It does start to get a bit cramped. .36 for 37, finally made it. It took 24 minutes. That's very, very accurate. I'm going to pull up the real flight plan. And they called top of climb 24 minutes. I'm not even lying to you guys. And look at our elapsed time, 25. That's pretty damn close. It took me and Grovel for this flight model quite a while. Well, he's coding it. I'm just advising what the airplane should fly like. We took quite a while to get everything to work as precisely as it does, as close as possible to the real airplane. So that tells me the drag and lift and power in the climb is not too screwed up. It's just a little floaty near the end. So probably some flat 45 drag has to be increased or something like that. Favorite airport to fly into is home, because I go home. No, I'm joking. Favorite airport, if we're not staying overnight, like if the layover doesn't count, if it's layover, Nashville's awesome and Atlanta's pretty cool. But if we're not staying overnight, LaGuardia is always a fun approach. It always keeps you on your toes. Obviously the revisual is pretty cool too. But some of the middle of nowhere, it's AltsCap 37. Some of the middle of nowhere airports are pretty cool too. When they're just deserted, like hand flying a circuit with Cessna traffic is pretty fun too. And they want us cruising at 7.6, so we'll go ahead and dial this down to 7.6, and we're just going to reduce our thrust just a wee bit, maybe a little bit more. I need to say LaGuardia, yeah. Newark is not I'm not a fan of too much of Newark. Not because it's not bad. It's just Newark has a giant departure lineup like all the time. It's just annoying. And the other thing is Newark on departure keeps you at 2,500 feet on the SID that we fly. And that's just like, there's zero time. It makes it a very busy flight deck to go gear up, speed mode, nav mode, to start accelerating, flap 1, flap 0. Like we have to call ETC during that time. Whereas in what we usually try to do is clean the airplane up, get it climb thrust and everything kind of sorted, and then call ETC usually around 3,000 feet. So it kind of changes our SOP a little bit to account for Newark. Not changes, but it makes it faster. And you have to call ETC prior to, sometimes prior to flap settings, or sometimes prior to climb thrust setting and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, Newark's just, it's busy. It's definitely busy, but LaGuardia is a bit more scenic, for sure. But I've done the stadium visual, I think it's called, into Newark. That was kind of cool. Is it 35? I forget the runway that's over there. Yeah, we've done that one. Let's go ahead and set up some views back here. The RJ in real life isn't loud in the flight deck or the cabin, like engine wise, but depending on the airplane, some of the air conditioner packs are crazy powerful. Some of them, and they're very loud. Basically, the only thing you're really hearing is a rush of air. You hear that whine you hear right now? That's actually a hydraulic. Those are the hydraulics that are turned on right now. A little bit more thrust, just starting to touch the bottom of the bucket. This looks wrong. This feels wrong to me. We are flap up, obviously no gear, Mach 0.76, and our airplane's at like 3 degrees nose up. That's not really correct. The airplane should be closer down there. The nose shouldn't be in its air that much. Yeah, like that's not right. So there's something going on. I'm actually going to speed up because of that. I don't like being too nose high. We're going to accelerate a little bit more. This airplane at this weight, what are we? Like, that didn't update because it's still bugged. 7,400. Let's do 74.55 actually. We're at 73,000 pounds. I'm going to quickly find out what the slowest and what the highest speed we can do at 37,000 feet with an ISO +8. Let me check if this actually works as well. Frog, next page. +5 is our deviation right now. Also, like, I'm in takeoff thrust and there's like 0 power. So there's something going on with the flight model in 24 where it doesn't have the thrust and the peppiness it should have. It definitely shouldn't be that nose high from recollection. At least it doesn't seem that high, and I don't remember it being that high in the real world. So with our current weight in light turbulence, which it is, at Mach 0.77, even Mach 0.81, we can reach 38,500. That's at Mach 0.81. At 0.77, we can reach 39,000. So we're definitely not altitude limited here. Speed-wise, light turbulence at 74,000 pounds, so 1,000 pounds heavier than where we are. We can go down anywhere from 231 knots, which is 0.72, all the way to 267 knots, which is 0.82. So we're not even close to that, and this airplane was like looking like it was struggling with its high nose. And that's at 74. That's an extra grand of weight as well. And then a moderate turbulence, 238 to 252. A bit of a narrow bucket, but we're not moderate. So yeah, the airplane definitely shouldn't be that nose heavy, or nose high, sorry. From my experience, at least. EWR always has a Congo line going up to 2,500 is a pain. Yeah, it is. Stadium visual 2.9. Usually I depart 2.2 right and bridge visual 2.9. Yeah, I've done the bridge visual. I think. I might have been. I think it was a stadium. I'm not sure. I think it was a while back. Is the autopilot? Oh, went away. Never mind. Never mind. Appreciate you guys sticking around and staying here and flying along as well. It says on It says it should be contacting Boston Center, but I don't have anybody. No one gave me a PM. Or a whatever it is, contact me. Pretty sure I filed the flight plan. I'll do it again just to make sure. But and then, you guys get contacted by Boston Center at all? You guys let me know. Is autopilot disengaged chirp loud? I sometimes hear it in the back. Yeah, it is very loud. And if it's just no one kind of talking, you'll hear it even through the flight deck door. That one's loud. Wind shear's loud. Train's loud. The cautions are loud, but not as loud as the other ones. You might even hear the radar or the EGPWS as well, 200 and all that kind of stuff. Bridge was rather unusual, as if they're departing the 4 as they usually rather land 11. Yeah, I don't think I've done the bridge. I think I've done the stadium from memory. Thank you guys. We picked up 2 subscribers. Really appreciate you guys for that. Anybody here get contacted by Boston Center? This is Jazz94. Nothing from Boston? Alright, he probably just didn't care. A buddy who flies with me who operates sometimes Boston Center. I was seeing he's online. I might have called him up to say hi, but he ain't there. Yeah, this airplane's requiring way too much thrust to stay here right now. It shouldn't be in the 90s to maintain this. It's definitely gotten draggier in cruise. That's for sure. Go ahead and sync our heading indicator. Gonna make a quick phone call, guys. I'll leave you guys with an outside view here. Alright guys, we are back. Alright, here's the trivia question for you guys. You ready? Here's the trivia question. What was your ears? What were you hearing? The trivia question is going to be... Oh, when I went outside, maybe. The trivia question is going to be, after landing with the intent to single engine taxi back to the gate, which we usually do on the red engine only, how long do you have to wait with the engines in idle thrust, or at least the left engine in idle thrust, to shut it down? How long do you have to let the I believe it's for the bleeds. So you just landed, you want a single engine taxi. How long of idle thrust time is required on the 900? I think it's the same as 200 as well, before you can shut down the left engine. Oh, I have this map to the Moza. I didn't know that. Put your answers in the chat. Also, guys, if you have TikTok, feel free to go follow me on TikTok as well, as I have a channel there too. I don't post as often as I do here, but there's Halifax on the top right corner. That's our alternate in case you have to come back or go there. I'm seeing a lot of 2 minutes in the chat. Let's go see what this landing speed thinks I'm going to be. VREF of 142 minus 7 because it's never right. We're going to be around 135 on our VREF. We're going to plan runway 24 on the RNAV Zulu. So, got the weather, got our weight. What did a landing weight, which gives your V speed, so like V2 going and all that stuff. But I can just press set, does it for you. There seems a bit fast, but okay. And then you'd also want to check how much rummer you're using. So you would do an 8 cars to see how much rummer you're going to use and all that. But we're going to say it's going to be fine. And then there's no ILS, you don't have to enter anything in there. We're going to skip the HCP setup because we don't need it for the sim. And we'll go departure. Bring up the camera again if you guys can see. Departure arrival. Sydney arrival. Next page. RNAV Zulu. Obva. Legs page. Next page. It's not working. There we go. Next page. It's all looking good. Obva is 210-3000. And then a glide path check, or FAF, cross altitude I should say, of 1600. Put that in here. And next page will be 135 over the numbers. Oh, that was right. My mistake. There we go. That's Gagboo. And then what I'm going to do, Gagboo wants 3430. Let's go plan 3400 at Gagboo. And we'll keep it constantly descending. Oh, Vapu is 210-3000. So we'll do that. And we'll just kind of keep it constantly descending on in. Takes it as a climb, but it's not. But anyways, add a bit more thrust as the airplane is decelerating like crazy. There we go. That's all set. 1600. We'll make that hard altitude just because, why not? 135 over the numbers. Then a missed approach is 246 to Mitox. Holding at mid-tox 205 at 3,000. That's all good. We're gonna go ahead and press execute. They've all changed to descents, which are good. Now, what we would do real world, which it won't work here, but I would put CYQY slash -30. It won't take it, but I would do that, which would be 30 miles back from Sydney at 10,000 feet. But it's not going to take that, so it would in real life. It just won't. It won't here. Let's see if we're a pretty straight shot to OVAP. Anyways, I'm just gonna go direct OVAP now. We'll make our lives easier. Direct OVAP is there, confirmed, executed. Now in real life, it should clean all that extra garbage up. This shouldn't stay. That's another bug. That shouldn't be staying in there. Alright, let's not do what it wants to do, because the airplane is pretty dumb in its current state. It should be cleaning all these waypoints, all of them up. Let's do this. And then this, and then... Nope, it should be cleaning as it goes, but it doesn't. Get back down. Now, you're not actually technically allowed to hand fly above 290. Don't worry about that. Alright, that took like way more work than it should have. I'll be reporting that as well. That doesn't really work. As soon as I brought OMVEP from the below the discount and threw it right to the top, it should delete everything and everything above OMVEP. Alright, we'll go and throw the output back on. Let it do its stupidity here. Yeah, 2024 definitely has some bugs in it for the RJ, unfortunately. Anyways, I don't know why it's grabbing Gabu as the first waypoint is OMVEP at 45. But anyways, we need 1,300 feet per minute for that, so we're looking good. We're not going to start down till that says 2,600 or so. It'll give us a little bit of time. 2 minutes is correct, by the way, guys. Before I get too distracted there, 2 minutes is correct. So it gave itself a million years to get it, and it even overshot. That's awesome. It's a bit funny, this airplane in the sim right now. We're gonna get flight recorder started, so I don't have to do it later. Have that up and running in the background. By the way, guys, whoever owns PWare Korea software, be sure to go update your PWare Korea, as they've did a new update for it. We have a 90 knot or 80, yeah, 90 knot tailwind, so we're gonna start actually at 3.1. We'll execute that. Notice that moved our top of descent closer. And basically, for an approach preparation or approach brief, I'll give you guys, we are direct OBVEP currently. And we'll be doing the RNAV Zulu runway 24, which is, it's going to be visual backed up to the RNAV. Pages 12-3, effective the 20th of February. The final approach course of 243, the glide path check at FAP cross at 1600 Eblug. If I get visual, I'll call visual, and those restrictions don't really matter at that point anymore. MSA is 2,600 feet. That's based on the runway 24. Missed approach is runway heading to 3,000 feet. Then the mid-tox as required shuttle climb. It'll just be a direct entry into the hold, which is nice. In case you have to go miss, we'll do toga button, toga thrust, flap 8, gear up, speed mode, nav mode, gauge up at 600 feet. We'll go track the flaps around 1,200 feet, climb thrust, and we'll do the after takeoffs. 100 miles safe is 3,700 feet, so nothing's too high in the area, but if we need it, 3,700 feet will keep us clear of anything above the 100 miles. Appies we will have on the left-hand side, ODALS type lighting. And in Sydney, I probably should have pinned that, but in Sydney on 2-4, we're going to exit, basically have to go all the way down to the end, and we'll have to spin around. We're going to do that, try to do that rather quickly, because we have a lot of guys, so let's see where people are. That guy is going 480 in the ground speed. Oh, he took off pretty early. I'm gonna go Mach. I'm gonna go a little faster here. We'll go 8-1, just so I get ahead of some people, and that way we can give ourselves some time for this whole turning at the end stuff. And then we're gonna exit left on Juliet, and maybe I'll turn off in some random area and hopefully give some people. We are running Payware Senior for this airport as well. I forget who makes it, but it's on Sim Market. That's about it. We're gonna come in. Let me bring this back up. Let's pin this chart. As I said, up roughly about 4,500 feet. We'll go flap 8 at this portion. We'll get the gear down as well, keeping it descending, passing Gaglu at 34, keeping it all descending, flap 20, 30, 45, and then passing hopefully 1.2 back from Ebdug at flap 45, and we're going to continue down, passing at 1,600 feet. And all the way. So usually what I taught in that RNAV video was we go flap 8, go down to 2,000, which are recommended, flap 45, and then VS. But in this style, we're going to stay high, and we're going to keep it a constant descent. All the way from here, we're going to descend, 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 land. Just no leveling off. Whereas the way I taught's a bit easier, where you go down 2,000, level off, get all configured with gear and flaps and all that, and then you start down. So there's 2 descents in that method, there's 1 descent in this method. We're just going to keep it all the way down as much as we can. That's about it. Will, welcome. Howdy, starting my first day of A&P school tomorrow. Hey, that's awesome. I hope you enjoy that. Let me know how that is. Smash like the button as well. That one I don't understand. Smash the button. Smash the like. Oh, sorry. I'm not reading it properly. Yeah, guys, please go press the like button. I really appreciate that, and thanks, Will. Hope you have a good day tomorrow. We got 2 extra subs. We're at 7310. This channel is growing by the second. I really appreciate you guys for subbing as well. If you haven't done so, if you don't mind hitting the button, that'd be great. The more subs and stuff we get, the more exposure, the more companies we can partner with, and discount codes and all stuff I can showcase. So, and if you want anything discounted, all in the description. You'll save some money on Contrail and ProDust Sim and other stuff down there. Cool. Well, we're looking good. 1900 required. It has the right waypoint in there. I'll vet. Now the plane in front of us, I believe, is a 7-3, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Let me see here. Oh no, it's an F-28. I don't know what they descend at, but we're going to be doing a 290 dot descent, which is our usual. Minutes to top descent. I'm going to quickly go to the bathroom and set my thrust around there, and we should be good to go. There's no deceleration. No acceleration, so I'll be right back. All right, I am back. The speed didn't move an inch. We're looking good. 2,400 feet required for the time being. Because the airplane in descent, it used to be a little slicker than the real airplane was. We're going to start down when it says 25, and we're going to go down to 3,000 feet per minute. Aviation Bros, hey, welcome, welcome. How's it going? Not bad. Hope you're doing well as well. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, let me know, Will, for sure. JBS, I've seen 37s coming on 11 at all Continental or post-merger United. For Sydney, you're talking about? Or are you talking about Newark? I don't think I've ever seen the Newark, yeah, Bridge Visual, Stadium Visual. I've seen a whole bunch. Yeah, the stadium was pretty cool. The good thing is you can plug in all the waypoints there, so it makes it nice and easy. My PR Korea MCU is supported to be arriving tomorrow, or supposed to be trying. Super stoked. Pretty good shipping speed considering I ordered it on Wednesday. No, yeah, it's crazy quick shipping for PR Korea, guys. It's free shipping. Sorry you couldn't save the $10 or 10% with my code. They just gave me that code, but let me know how you like it. Let's go vertical speed. Oh, you know, it works better if you dial an altitude in there. We'll do the first of 4,000. Why is this so quick? Can I, you know what, let's get this going and I'm gonna fix it. 3,000 idle thrust. There we go. I don't know why it's going so quickly. There we go. There we go. 4,500 feet. I could set the 0.74. We'll slowly get down to that eventually. And let's look up the Tower Freak, or the CTAF for Sydney, CYQY. is 122.0. Might as well just go on that now because there's no one here. So get rid of the fix. Notice how the top of the descent is basically at the fix, so that's why we set a fix in there until we have some sort of approach or something loaded in. But we don't need that anymore. But yeah, Chuck, let me know how it is, and if you guys want anything from PUR Korea, there's a discount code down below. It's PUA10 YourSim CFI, and they'll save some money. They offer free shipping all over the world from Korea, and it's very fast. So the price seems a bit high. I believe it's because the shipping price is kind of included in there. But we're using their CDU right now. That's what you're seeing at the very bottom left corner of your screen. This is the CRJ faceplate. I've also sent me, which I will be using once my Pro Sim throttles come in for it. They have also sent me a faceplate for, there's a 320. A320. They also have sent me the MD11. When that gets on 24, we'll be in that for sure. And they have also sent me the 737, which I will be using the PUR Korea PLT-B for the lighting, the PUR Korea CDV-2 737 faceplate, the Sim CRJ 737 throttle kit, and the Winwing 737 MCP panel. We basically have a whole 737 in our inside, and then obviously the Moza yoke for our yoke of choice. So that's the only yoke I have. So a lot of cool stuff coming. I expect that Pro Sim hopefully in the next few weeks, I'd imagine. How's the force feedback yoke so far? It's been really good. The problems I'm having with it are strictly software. The software's a little clunky, but they're brand new to making it, so let's set our minimums here before I forget. It's visual anyway, so I don't really need it, but 680 becomes 90, 30, 730. But yeah, it's awesome. In the airliners, you don't get too much of the feedback. You more just get force. There's a freeze right there. But definitely, if you fly GA, it is so cool to fly GA with this yoke. Got the Airbus 737 and 777. I'll let you know. Appreciate the discount. Hey, thank you so much for using it. That was PUR Korea. Yeah, thank you so much, and enjoy it. I think you'll like them. I have advised, they haven't replied yet, but I have advised PUR Korea to maybe think about making a 747 autopilot panel or even a 777 before the 47 comes out. I think if they can beat any company, then they'll get a pretty good hold in the market. 290. Let's turn off hard or knob acceleration as well for that. Save. My girlfriend's texting me saying hurry up, she wants to play Fortnite. A lot of external pressures. This is actually our normal descent speed anyways, so. I don't know if I'll be able to catch all the landings, unfortunately, guys. I will have to hurry up offline, but I'll do my best to catch a few of them. As I said, the external pressure of to go Blade before she has to go to work or sleep for work. But Michael, thank you for joining, by the way. And Shaq, hey, welcome. I would love to see you compare Black Square's Duke with the A2A Aerostar. And by the way, the Duke works in 24 as well. I've never actually flown the Duke or even know what it is, so I'll have to do some research into that. But for sure can check it out. I just got the Flight Effects citation. They sent that to me, so I'll have to kind of get in that. It's a bit like it's a bit RJ-ish. The Duke looks pretty cool. I'm looking at it. It looks a tiny bit more modern. It doesn't look modern inside, but just the actual design of the airplane looks a bit more modern. That's what kind of like with the Aerostar is. It's just like it just looks old. Not just like those kind of airplanes. We'll be flying the 727 as well as soon as my ProtaSim throttle for that comes in as well. I have 3 throttles on order. I bought the 737 and ProtaSim has thrown in the Airbus and the 727 with my order just for me to review as well. Duke's a lot of fun. I'll have to check it out. And to be honest with you guys, as you guys use discount codes from ProtaSim and Toby and all that kind of stuff, I take whatever little money I get from it and I pretty much apply it back to the stream. I'll either buy more cameras or I'll buy, like I bought the yoke with a bit of money from that. I bought my camera stands and my camera. I bought the scenery we're about to fly into with it. There's a transition. We got weather 3011. Hit B. Close. Let's do 11. 11. 11. Alright guys, so probably is going to match, but roughly around 12,000 feet we're going to do a vertical speed of 1,200 a minute, and or we'll just put what it says in here, but most likely it'll be pretty close together. Duke and Starship are the most system depth airplanes in the sim. In my opinion, you should watch some of the dev videos. Yeah, for sure. I'll get into that. I've never really been a huge into props until I got the yoke. The yoke is making me kind of go back into it. But yeah, I'll definitely. The Starship looked interesting. The graphics looked a bit weird when I saw it, but it might just be the like YouTube being YouTube. My college has a Duke just sitting in the hangar. I'm trying to convince them to let me take it up for a spin. Yeah, good luck with that one. Let me know how that one goes. Alright, we'll just do 1200 here because we're a little faster than 280, so we'll do a vertical speed of 1200. The airplane reacts to that way too quickly. We'll bug in 250 as we have to be below 250 at 10,000, as everybody knows. And now we kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We're slowing for 250 at 10, and we're also going to make 4,500 at Obva. Getting a little laggy here.
Sydney traffic, Canadian Regional 612, through, descending through 10,000. Arnav Zulu, 24, Sydney traffic.
Last call, how far are you from the field? We're showing 56, we're 12,000, descending 45, ob up.
We've got about, we're showing about 28 for us, Canadian Regional 612.
Okay, perfect. We'll be well spaced. That was very loud. I don't know why it was that loud. Yeah, 28 miles, we're 56. He's very high. 28 miles, he's 28,000 feet. If I heard that right. Oh, he's 9,000 feet. That makes more sense. I think I heard a wrong altitude. So the real airplane is a little more draggy than this. Just a tiny bit more. Like the line would be like that long instead of that long. Set our TCAS to normal. There we go. And Sydney traffic is Jazz 94, approximately 50 miles to the west of the field, planning Arnav Zulu via Obvet runway 2410, correction 11,000, setting 4,500. Sydney. Alright, coming up on 10,000 feet, we'll grab our lights. Get everyone nicely seated and dinged. We'll box the seatbelt. Landing weight. Doesn't. Yeah, it still doesn't automatically update. It should automatically. It does the fuel, but it doesn't do the weight. Yeah, so we're about a 71 card. So roughly about a 130, 135 approach will be fine. The threats here, I've never actually been to Sydney, both in the sim and in the real world. The runway's not short, but it's on the shorter side. And a lot of traffic, so we're going to try to make it to the end. I'm going to use very little braking and reverse just to get to the end quick, so we can spin around and get back the other way. Add a bit more thrust. Actually, we're going to descend a little bit more. We'll do 1,500 a minute. And actually, why not? We'll go descend. Oops, too many times. Descend 250. Just let that go. That way we have time to slow down for 210. Descend 250 is giving roughly 1,500 a minute, so I'll press vertical speed. I'll leave it at 1,500. We'll select 210 knots. That's what we're going to be slowing to. We're going to be level.
A lot of traffic for a small airport.
Yeah. We're going to be descending, we'll be leveling off prior to reaching it, so why don't we do... we'll do 700 a minute, 800, and that way we can keep the glide path all the way down. What's the next one saying? 8813? Alright. Gonna go ahead and lock my lockable wheels here. Let's get some excuses out of the way. Wind is wind. It's been kind of weird for me through 300 feet. I get this weird like transitional thing in 24.
City traffic 49 is flight level 200. We're about 40 miles to the west of Obvo for the RNAV Zulu runway 24. Sydney traffic.
What else? The airplane's so much floatier in 24 than it should be. But that's it's kind of about it. Everyone's kind of...
Sydney traffic, Arctic 2875 is 67 nautical miles away from Obvop. And we're also playing for RNAV Zulu 2. We're runway 24, Sydney traffic.
Yeah, Obvop's a weird name. Shaq says, so in real life, do you guys run checklists or flows in the air? It depends on the checklist. Everything in the air, let me actually think. Everything in the air has a flow, but it's backed up by a checklist. I'm not doing the checklist part here, but everything in real life.
These names of these directs, like, I don't understand.
Yeah, the names get interesting as you come out here. Got the next guy in front of us on TCAS. He's showing 5 miles in front. But yeah, we have a flow backed up by a checklist, and on the ground there's flows backed up by checklists as well. We always have to do the checklist after a flow. Always. There's nothing that's memory, and then you just leave it. You just leave it memory. That doesn't exist. Alright, we've slowed to 210. We'll do 600 a minute is what it requires. Add a little bit of thrust in there for it. Generally, I wouldn't slow maybe this far back. We're still 13 miles. We could have been 250 for another like 7 miles or so. But we have to slow for traffic in front. I believe it says max 210 as well. Yeah, max 210. We're going to go slower. We're going to go 190. I'm going to go flap 1. Let me get you actually the right view here. Alright, we'll go flap 1. Just because I want him to exit the runway. And we're going to go 180. Flap 8. There we go. Didn't trigger. Yeah, number 1 on the approach, we're slowing to 180 behind you. We're at about a 5 mile behind. We're going to make it hopefully 10 and let you exit with the backtrack.
Yeah, thanks for that. We're going to try to vacate as quickly as we can. We've got pretty hefty speed brakes on the back, so we'll do what we can to get off.
No worries. There's only one exit, and it's like 2,000 feet down, so I'm going to roll her all the way down the end as quick as possible and spin her around and come back. 5-5 for 4-5. I think he's not going to obvet, but it looks like he's making the cut.
Cindy traffic, Arctic 2575. Wait, what? 2875. Sounds like there's a bit of a huge windup in front of me, so I'll just slow down to 220 Cindy traffic.
I think he's taking the early turn there. That's good. I'm visual with the field. Actually, not visual with like a power plant. I thought that was a runway for a second. There's the field right over there. Yeah, he's cutting in pretty nice for us, so that'll be good. Mustafa, hey, welcome.
And city traffic has 49s, 8,000, about 9 to the west of Avva. We're going to break off the Arnav approach on a heading of 080 and extend to about a 15-mile final just for spacing of the traffic ahead. City traffic.
Let me check that. Jazz 94 is over Avvet and turning inbound Gagbu. All right, let's keep it going down.
Canadian Regional 612 turning final.
3,400 down to vertical speed.
Jesus, my ears.
Yeah, he's cutting it in. It's actually pretty good for us.
Yeah, guess so.
Mustafa, the yoke is pretty awesome. If you're able to get one, I recommend any force feedback yoke. It changes the whole sim experience. The airliners don't give you the most feedback, but they give you a lot of force, which is really cool. Alrighty, we're already in the descent at 800 a minute. Let's go ahead and grab about halfway there. Yeah, we'll go ahead and grab. So this is what we usually do on these RNAV, LNAV only approaches, not precision. We'll go ahead and grab the gear down. It's doing a pretty piss poor job of maintaining that course. With that, we're going to grab our reversers. Nope, I don't want to exit. Remember, guys, we don't have a glide path to follow. Just we have an advisory snowflake, which is saying we're a little low right now, but that's okay. We're visual with the field either way. And we're going to make this, so I'm going to do 500 a minute. We're going to set the next to 1,600. Go flap 20. We're going to slow 160. And now on an ILS, I wouldn't be slowing obviously this much, but on these RNAV approaches, we need to be configured before passing the FAF, which is L-bug. So, Sydney traffic, Jazz 94 is intercepting the final approach course, runway 24, number 2 with 5 mile space. Give them a bit more space. We're going to flap 30. 156. The exit at the end of the runway is we have to go all the way to the end, turn around, and backtrack. So we're giving them tons of time to let's do vertical speed of 700 a minute. All right, I need 700 for Alto. That's working out very well for us. 700.
Sydney traffic.
Oh, vacated. Then obviously my TCAS is lying to me. That's where that guy's right in front. All right, we'll go flat. But we're going to wait in flat 45 then just a little bit. Not much, to be honest, but... 900 feet per minute down, flat 45. We're going to slow 135 as the ref. And with the PR Korea, I'm going to...
Yeah, I told you I have huge speed brakes in the back of this thing. I stopped pretty much on a dime.
Nice, man. Not so much in this one. I'm going to burn the brakes if I try that. Sydney traffic, Jazz 94 reporting Elblug final 24. What's that say? Eblug. There we go. Elblug.
Traffic Jazz 49, 3,400.
So we're in the vertical speed. I'm going to quickly
to
bug
the
up.
east of Gagwood for a
It shouldn't be
15 mile
doing.
final
It
for the
shouldn't be
RNAV
doing that.
24,
Oh,
Sydney
there we
traffic.
go. It actually should have been doing that because I didn't bug up high enough. There we go. Back to vertical speed, and 3,000 for the miss is set. Obviously, we're visual. The runway's right there, guys. We're going to start our flight recorder. It's probably going to get very laggy. A flight recorder always does that to me, but I like a replay. What time is it? All right, we're looking good. Hey, thanks for subbing, my friend. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to go ahead and box our pedals been a bit more... Not my pedals, my office chair wheels. I'm just playing with the Moza AB9 base and stick they sent me. It's nice. Yeah, it's very nice. I've never tried the Moza stick, but the Moza yoke is really cool. They didn't, for some reason, want to send me anything, so I'm like, whatever, I'll just buy it. It was really cool, so I wanted to buy it either way. Which throttle quadrant are you using? I'm using the Honeycomb Bravo with the Pro Desk Sim
Sydney
CRJ
traffic,
attachment.
Jazz 49's 2 miles to the east of Gagwood for the RNAV Zulu 24 with 3,400 feet.
So the Pro Desk Sim CRJ attachment, you can find a discount code down below with Pro Desk Sim. They save you 5 or 10%. So you can look. You need a Honeycomb Bravo, and then you can have the attachments on top. Harris, welcome. Michael Jennings, are you using auto FPS in 24? Yes, you need it. I'm gonna go autopilot disengage. We'll clear our flight director. I'm still messing with settings to get this yoke to fly a bit closer, but for right now, this is... Oh, big freeze. That wasn't fun. For right now, this will have to work. I need a ton of trim. I don't know why the autopilot trims it so nose down. That's that wind thing I'm talking about, guys. Once I get below...
for the RNAV, the Zulu runway 24 approach.
See that? I don't know why the airplane does this. Like, it does these massive wing rolls. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm just countering it. And it's a thing in 2024. Once I start to get below like 800 feet, it just does that to the plane, and I don't know what's causing it. Correcting height and speed.
300.
Like, the airplane feels kind of weird in 24 now, unfortunately. The new update 3 kind of destroyed the flight model, but that's okay. Let's get a little lower here. I'm visual, so I can go a little lower.
Sink rate.
I ain't sinking.
50, 40, 30, 20.
See how floaty this thing is in the sim?
Minimums.
It just floats forever. There's a bounce as well. It just
Nice
floats
landing there.
way too much. That wasn't my best, wasn't my worst. It kind of all feels wrong.
It looked good from here on stand 1.
I think we're gonna make this as well. Oh, this is like a random... I don't know what that is, but we're gonna exit up to the right so the people behind can get off as well. But that entire approach, that airplane just, it doesn't feel like the real one anymore. The old, in 2020, it still feels okay. But 2024 update 2 with version, with the CRJ 2.1 was like peak. And I have to get with Grovel to come back and adjust all that kind of stuff. City traffic, Jazz 94 is clear 2-4. We're going to stay on the right-hand side so you guys are clear to go in.
For the city traffic, Jazz 49's on a 4 mile final, runway 24, Sydney.
City traffic, America 1030, 10 mile final, RNAV 0 runway 24.
That's the other thing, guys, is the RJ in real life at idle thrust. I did idle from 40 feet, mind you, which in real life we'd never do. You're dropping out of the sky if you do that in real life. But idle thrust from 40 feet, there's no bouncing. If you're gonna hit, and you're gonna stay down. Whereas in the sim, it's very peppy. It just has so much lift for some reason. Not the real one. The real one does not do that at all. Let's set up a view. I'm quickly going to turn off my engines because it's like crazy loud, so let's start the APU up. And then we'll turn them off in a second.
2875 is turning to direct, Jesus, God, to prepare for final Sydney traffic.
Yeah, Shaq Blackboard is really good. I've never had one of their things yet, but I'll be hopefully partnering or buying something for them shortly. They have really cool looking stuff. We have 2 RJs on short final back. I don't know what this guy's doing, but... Michael, I can do that. It's just, honestly, I have FPS tolerance set and 60 FPS. That's about it. The no gear, guys, is because of 2024. There's a glitch with no gear. Nice. Just pretend his gear is there. Been away from the CRJ too long, flying next month. Wish me luck. Hey man, you'll be fine. I'm gonna quickly go shut these guys off as the APU is online. Say we had the 2 minutes. That's quieter. Oh, the gear is a glitch, and is this a side slip happening right now? What the heck?
And just 49 is going to be that track on runway 24.
America 1035 mile final, RNAV 0 runway 24.
Don't do that in an RJ. So if you go thrust idle in rear world, the sync rate you saw is what should have happened. Maybe a little excessive. Probably wouldn't be that bad, but it's quite excessive in idle thrust. As short, like the RJ is a very long airplane with these short, stubby, swept-back wings, and the engines are high up behind the center of gravity as well, up and behind. So, in real world, my technique, like I can bring my camera up here, it works basically every time. It thrusts is somewhere up here. Right, you hear 50, do nothing. You hear 40, do nothing. 30 feet, this is what you do with your left hand. And by 10, you should be idle. So at 30 feet, you start reducing power.
49 is clear.
At 20, you're going to do a couple pumps of flare. And then at 10, idle thrust, and just the tiniest of holdback is what my little method is. Tiny little bit. So 20 feet, these 2 kind of pumps, and then just a little bit of holdback, and it touches down nice and gracefully. Or the reverses, or you can flip off the throttle right off like that. And that obviously wouldn't happen in real life. But that's my technique in real life, and doing that in the sim, it used to work perfectly. Sometimes actually would sync a little too much in the sim, but now in the sim in 24, at least from my sim settings and my experience, it just floats, like it just goes. Wouldn't happen, but we'll have to get with Grovel to fix this up. This one looks fast. He looks fast.
RJ 2875 is a 5-mile funnel for runway 24 Sydney traffic.
You screamed? Bit firm, saved it near the end. It would have been a lot firmer if they didn't, that little nose up there at the end. An American Airlines 37 is what I see. It's probably not that at all. It's probably like a Fokker again, or something else. I'll try not to get too crazy, guys. If you want to just despawn out of VATSIM. I think we're just waiting on 2 more, it looks like.
It's at that clear runway 24.
Sydney traffic drives 144 to 3000 on Yankee 24, 10 miles, Sydney.
That might be a little better. Just kind of fixing my Moza settings as I wait here.
Clear for 24, Arctic 2075.
Does anybody else experience in either the RJ or any other plane in 2024 that random, like, under a certain altitude, like under 1,000, your wings just start to go nuts with these huge, like... Are they simulating wake? Is that what's happening? Because that's what it feels like. And from a 7-mile 37, like, you wouldn't really get possible, but I very rarely experience wake, and the spacing is 30 seconds. So, that was nice. I can't see the gear, but looks pretty nice from me. Got one more to go. He's turning final. I'm going to do one quick test with FS control panel and see if my new Moza settings that I've adjusted make it feel better or worse. And then we'll call it a night there. I appreciate all you guys stopping in. I'm going back to work tomorrow. It's just a quick turn, a DCA turn and back home.
May or may not have almost slammed it, but we made it work.
It's all good, man. Mine wasn't pretty either. That's why it's a video game for funsies.
Yep, true. Okay, Arctic 2875 is cleared. As vacate runway, you are clear to land. City traffic.
And as the last arrival gracefully touches down here into Sydney, I want to say thank you so much for everyone coming in and flying along. We will be flying some more routes definitely in September as I've been put back on reserve. I'm going to disconnect from VATSIM. I'll do one short final runway 24 spawn. Oh wait, I don't have engines. Yeah, I forgot I did that, didn't I? Let's spawn back on the takeoff runway here. We'll unpause ourselves. Let's get the engines going real quick again. We'll set flap 45. Spoilers deployed, or retracted. And we're gonna see, ooh, that actually does feel a little bit nicer. We're gonna go ahead and see if this makes all the difference in the world. Let me go ahead and bring up my cameras again. There you guys can see. I'm going to save this Moza profile. If you guys have the Moza yoke, you're able to use my profiles as well.
Don't sink.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and set one.
Don't sink.
Took forever to scroll this thing up.
Don't sink.
130. There we go.
Don't sink.
Yeah, you can see that this one feels even nicer. If I push down,
Don't sink.
the yoke comes back up. It centers. The flight model still
Don't
be a
sink.
bit broken, but I'm kind of fighting two battles. I'm fighting
Don't sink.
I'm fighting a flight model battle in 24, and I'm fighting the yoke software problem in
Don't
24
sink.
as well.
500.
We're gonna get don't sinks the
Don't
entire way down,
500.
guys, because of the spawning on final. The way I spawn in final is using
sink.
FS flight control, which is a flight instructor station.
400. Don't sink. Don't sink. 300. Don't sink.
Yeah, like I'm getting such a huge, like, I have like the
Don't
most
sink.
massive
200.
wind increase and then decrease performance share at like
Don't
200
sink.
feet in every landing I do.
100.
And I don't
Don't
know
sink.
what it is for.
50. 40. 30. Don't sink. 20. 10.
Reverses. My parking brake was on, so the nose gear went woo. But anyways, we'll do a very, very quick little replay for you guys. And we will call it there. That's the gear warning horn. We're gonna replays, pause replay, do this, cycle the gear,
Don't sink.
and I'll bring these guys out to watch. See that nose coming up? It's almost like it either floats crazy or there's no lift at all. It's kind of a weird little like in between, whereas the real airplane at 130 knots pulling up that much nose should start to arrest the descent a little bit. Whereas in the sim it just doesn't do much. It just you're doing this and it's just like it's kind of a weird thing to replicate, I guess, from real to sim, but you can watch, if you ever watch Live Spotters, go watch RJ landings. They're pretty much going to be looking roughly like this. The RJ lands a bit, it's a hard airplane to grease, real world. Not impossible, but it is one of the harder ones. Anyways, guys, we're going to end the stream there. I'm being forced to go play Fortnite with the time remaining that I have. And we will see all of you guys hopefully in the next stream. I appreciate all you guys flying with me, and I appreciate all the channel partners as well. Winwing, Moza, who also got Protest Sim, Pew Air Korea, all the big guys, Toby Eye Tracker. If you guys want anything, they're all in the description for you guys to check out with some discount codes. Thank you for joining the Discord, liking, subscribing, all that kind of stuff. And we will be back on probably, I have 4 days off coming up, so we'll probably be back on quite a bit. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next stream. Bye-bye.